keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it, now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name, if it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, teeth stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's Am. Let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Bree? The first one walking through the door. What's up, Bree? What's up, Booz? What's up, y'all? Y'all need to come in this motherfucking live. Y'all need to go round up everybody because the genius over there, she forgot, she left out some information that Amora dropped on her live yesterday. Some receipts. But Upper, she left out those receipts. Upper got the same paperwork that Amora had, but Upper dismissed everything they said about Holly. Okay. Good morning, Nisi. Good morning, Boots. Good morning, Bree. Upper did not show, hey, Spicy Spice. Upper did not show the receipts that Amora showed, and she had them. And this is who y'all following after. This is who y'all believe in. If you can't report it biased, that's what I keep saying. If you're gonna be a blogger, you have to be unbiased. So if it was something that looked at, hey, Miss White, hey, Danny, that looked bad for Holly, I would still report it. But you know what? She talked all that big dick energy all these months, and she can't even show y'all the receipts that Amora showed on her live yesterday. She can't even show y'all that. She's doing a narrative to fit her. So yesterday, Amora went live. Hey, Lolita. Yesterday, Amora went live. Hey, S. Morrison. And she talked about the appeal, right? Now, Upper, when she went live, she made it seem like it was already denied. She ain't never getting out, when that wasn't the case. That was for, it's in processing. It wasn't denied. It was in processing. But if you listen to her, you would think it was denied. She never getting out. Upper know what she talking about. Upper part of the judge, the jury, all of that. That's what you would think. That's how she got her people thinking. Oh, I'm big bad Upper and I know what's going on. Right? Not the case at all. So I'm gonna break down just because Amora did a 4-hour live. Shout out to Amora for that. She dropped the real receipts that Upper seemed to leave out. And that's my disclaimer right here. But Upper seemed to leave out the real receipts, right? She didn't want her people to see it. See, y'all gonna wake up one day. I don't know when, but y'all is. Big bad wolf. All right. So this is what the appeal, the defense is asking for Holly Quadacia to be released from detention under less restrictive conditions, meaning like electronic monitoring and etc. Now, how they are trying to support that, they break it down in alleged threats, calls, screenshots, relationship conflict, and all of the above. So in this appeal that Amora read yesterday, y'all Keys read it, I think. Amora Upper did it, but nobody dropped what the receipts. These are actual receipts. Nobody dropped that on that side, right? So it's receipts backing up what Holly claimed had happened from the beginning, y'all. It's receipts. So this is how they're going about trying to get her out. It's in process. I know Upper told y'all, she ain't never getting out. She ain't this and she ain't that. Y'all, that's not true. That's only her big dick energy confidence. That's it. As Morrison said, that's why I always think Amora getting info from Ari, because their content creators don't read everything to them. Yup, they don't read it. They want to miss out the important part. They only want to make Romeca look good and make Holly look bad. Now, before we get into this, y'all, because y'all gonna be surprised, your miles is gonna drop. Okay, make sure you are subscribed to Amora. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe to her, because she just dropped some tea that y'all girl Upper won't even drop. Okay, and I'm sure Upper gonna hit that live button because I'm live and pop shit, because that's what she do. But I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the narrative. I'm tired of all of that. I'm just tired of it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, you can support my channel by sending a super chat or a cash app, whichever one is will work perfectly fine for me. And we finna go ahead and get into it, because I do have a goal that I need to reach. So that's why I needed to say that. But let's go ahead and get into this.
Based solely on the bare allegations underlining the instant complaint. People versus Mijaya, or I'm just gonna say me. The court in me reversed and reprimanded for a new hearing regarding the defendant condition for release. So basically, she's saying here, this went up to the appellate court.
Okay, so hold on, let me stop too. And the other day, Upper, she lied and she said that she had got struck, and she tried to insinuate like it was me. But she already know who striked her, because it's gonna tell you who struck you. So she didn't have to insinuate. She just needed to tell the truth. And I think that didn't Holly's family say you can't be talking about it. She don't mind if y'all talk about her, but present facts and don't degrade her. But I think Upper degrades her and she do not spit facts.
People versus Mejia, M-E-J-I-A, Mejia. So in the case of People versus Mejia, it went up to the appellate court, and the appellate court reversed and reprimanded for a new hearing regarding the defendant's condition for release. All right. In this case, because they tried the same thing, right? They disregarded all the evidence and they just focused on basically the crime, what she did, all right, and the complaint of what she did. So they just looked at the complaint. They didn't look at nothing else, right? So even then, other alternatives to detention enumerated within the Pretrial Fairness Act were not considered, such as refraining from possessing a firearm, refraining from going to a certain geographical area, being placed under direct supervision of the pretrial service agencies, et cetera. So People versus Carter. So basically, Ari is saying the judge didn't consider shit. Nothing. No monitoring, no supervision, no restraining order. You are limited to this area and this area only. They didn't consider nothing. They basically said, ain't no conditions out there. We're gonna even initiate for you because we just believe that you are a danger, period. We ain't considering nothing, is what Ari is arguing, okay? So then she goes on to say, consideration of Mrs. Johnson's age, prior employment, lack of her criminal history, lawful gun possession, her family life, and lack of violent behaviors are relevant in determining whether imposing conditions of pretrial release would actually help mitigate any alleged threat posed. And such criteria should have meaningful consideration in the case at hand. People versus Lopez. In conclusion, Ari is saying The state has failed to prove its burden by clear and convincing evidence to keep Mrs. Johnson detained. And this court should reverse the trial court's order to keep Mrs. Johnson detained pending trial. Wherefore, defendant appellant Deja Johnson respectfully requests that this honorable court vacate the trial court order for pre-trial detention. That is what Ari is basically telling the courts, okay? Now, what do y'all think? We done. We are done with the 18 pages. It's really 16 because the last two is just procedural admin type stuff. So we are done with the 18 pages. Now, of those 18 pages, I believe Ari did an excellent job laying out that the appellate court should reverse their decision. Now,
well, the genius over there said Ari was a dumb lawyer. She said she was stupid or something.
I really believe that it will be reversed. I really believe that Holly will be sent home, okay, pending her trial.
Well, I don't know
simply
about
because
this,
she noticed a lot of things.
Well, let me say this. I don't know about this part, if she'll be sent home, but I do know, not now, I don't know, but I do know this case will be behind her. I know she'll end up winning it.
One, that the state witnesses are not that credible. They didn't see what they say they saw, right? But not only that, she also proved with all of these case laws that other people charged with the same thing, first-degree murder, is out fighting their trial. So how can you let them out and not let Holly out? Holly doesn't have criminal behavior, violent behavior. And she also says that the state overlooked the fact that Holly was being threatened by the the deceased. Holly not only was being threatened by the deceased, but the deceased was the aggressor. She's the one that pulled up, okay? All right? Ari haven't even told everything she knows. This case is going to be a shocker. Yeah, Ari has not, and this is not all the evidence. She didn't even put, now I will tell you, let me read what the courts did come back and say. Hold on one second. Let me read that part because that's important as well. So the courts did respond, right? Them as man, right? That's in her friend list that she haven't spoken to in a long that. Would y'all like for me to go over the receipts? Now, it's not all the receipts because it's that the state.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just
overlooked the fact that Holly was being threatened by the the deceased. Holly not only was being threatened by the deceased, but the deceased was the aggressor. She's the one that pulled up, okay? All right? Ari haven't even told everything she knows. This case is going to be a shocker. Yeah, Ari has not, and this is not all the evidence. She didn't even put, now I will tell you, let me read what the courts did come back and say. Hold on one second. Let me read that part because that's important as well. So the courts did respond, right? And this is what they said. Give me a second. So the court. So the courts did respond, and this is what they said. Let me put this up for you guys. And I'm pretty sure y'all have already seen this, but why not, right? They did respond. Now, a good thing, they didn't just say, hell no, we're going with Judge Clancy or whatever because, yeah, we don't like Holly. What they did say is, presiding Justice Mitchell, Justin, whatever, as follows. On the court's own motion, it is hereby ordered, appellate is directed to supplement the record with any exhibits, videos, or otherwise that were before the circuit court in her pretrial detention hearing. Now, on or before March the 25th, 2026, Appellate Johnson shall file these exhibits with the clerk of the circuit court. The clerk of the circuit court shall then immediately certify and transmit it to the clerk of the court clerk of the court a supplement to the record of appeal with any videos, exhibits made available in case center. Upon receipts by this court, the supplemental record will be treated as having been filed with leave of court. So they are asking for the video footage and evidence used in making this decision. They want to know what the judge saw, okay? They want to know the exhibits, videos, and anything else, not to determine whether or not she's innocent or guilty of first-degree murder, but what was used to determine whether or not she can be released or not. Now, I do have those receipts. I'm not going to put them up, but I will go over them, okay? Would y'all like that? Would y'all like for me to go over the receipts? Now, it's not all the receipts, because majority of the receipts, if you go on the site, it says private, okay? Now, I don't know how we're going to get around that, but it says private, and to be honest with you.
Now, y'all, these are the same receipts that Miss Genius over there had, and as well as Keys. Neither one of them thought the need to present them to their audience, okay? Neither one of them, y'all. Neither one of them.
I believe it should stay private. However, y'all know some people got people in places and they might be able to get to them. If they are, then I'm sure we'll get to them too. However, if we can't, we just can't. Okay. I believe that they should be for the appellate court only, but we'll just have to see. Nevertheless, right now they say private, but some of the receipts, I'm going to name them that they use. And I'm not going to go over them specifically, but I am going to name them, okay? So some of the receipts that was used during the motion in front of Judge Clancy for her release was, one, the TPO request, okay? Request for restraining order, and all of the threats that she said she endured by Romeca, i.e., the text messages, the inboxes, the missed phone calls, how she blocked her here and blocked her there, how she was calling from her phone, her son Lilo's phone, how she got in her inbox, how she reached out to friends, because what happened was, Romeca, once she found out that Carlos was the baby daddy, she was so angry about it that she went to Holly's social media. She looked up just some random ass man.
Y'all hear that? When she found out Holly was pregnant, she went to Holly's social media and looked up some random ass man. These are in the receipts that Miss Genius did not provide her people with. These are receipts. Receipts have been proven. They ought to feel embarrassed that they've been sitting here advocating for a nut job.
And, right, that's in her friend list that she haven't spoken to in a long time, right? And she reached out to him, but not only him, it was several others, and accused them of being Holly's baby daddy. So can you imagine a female reaching out to your male friends saying you are the daddy of this baby, okay? So one of the receipts was uploaded.
So did y'all hear that? She reached out to the guy and she told the guy that you are the baby daddy of Holly's baby. Now, mind you, this man ain't seen Holly since Jesus was a baby, okay? And Romeca gonna make him be the daddy. So if that ain't a liar, I don't know what is. If that ain't psychotic, I don't know what is.
She reached out to one of her homeboys, somebody that, don't even live in the same state that she knew from a while back or whatever, but they are still friends on social media. She reached out to him and accused him of being the daddy of her child. And this is while she is still pregnant.
A long time ago.
Okay?
Wow.
To the point where Holly had to actually tell her, like, you're reaching out to people that you don't even know because you can't get me off you can't get me out of your mind. You thinking about me when you go to sleep, when you wake up, like I am living in your head, right? to whereas Romeca respond like, I didn't even have to reach out to him today. He reached out to me, but she failed to say how she got in his inbox and said, can you call me, right? Can you call me? And then she proceeded to tell the man, trying to convince him that he is the daddy, to the point where the man actually sent Holly a email, a message. And this is what he said. He said,
a message.
I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. This is what he said to Romeca. Romeca says, can you call me? Right? And then he called her. And this is via messenger. And then he responds and says, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. I live in Houston.
What if instead of designing thumbnails, you could just paste your YouTube link into our AI and it would create scroll-stopping thumbnails for you? Clickly is the fastest way to create YouTube thumbnails that actually get clicked. Instead of guessing, Clickly use.
I ain't seen Holly in years. Never had sex with her. So please stop hitting my fucking line. I'm not the dad. I got 3 kids. Not ashamed of my kids, and I am very present. If that was my baby, I'll be at every visit, baby showers and all. So chill with the insecurities. Talk to your baby daddy, not me. I'm not that guy. Me and Holly are friends, nothing more. So stay off my line and inbox. Why did he have to do that? Why did he have to send Romeca that message to her inbox? Because she was blowing him up. She was calling him.
And this is who they're advocating for.
Accusing him of being Holly's baby. Why? Because this...
I told y'all, they over there Team Holly for real. They just like the views, the money that comes with being Team Romeca. They really Holly's over there. Okay? Now, this was very psychotic to call this man and tell this man that he was Holly's baby daddy. Holly better than me because I would have just left Los alone. I'm sorry, I couldn't have did. This is some psychotic shit.
Woman did not want Carlos to be the dad because Carlos kept saying, I don't know if it's my baby until I get a blood test. He would not claim the baby until he got a blood test. However, she's like, but Holly is saying it's yours. Holly is saying it's yours. Carlos like, I know that. I got it. I understand that. But I ain't saying it's mine until I get a blood test. But she wanted Carlos to admit that it was his. Carlos would not admit it was his for a good while, even though Carlos was showing up at the shower. Carlos was taking pregnancy photos. Carlos was, at different events that Holly was at. But he would not admit the baby was his for a good bit, okay? Because he said he told me he had a homeboy that thought that he was the father of a child that was 4 years old, just to find out when they split, the child wasn't even his, the guy's, right?
I heard that
so he said he's the type of guy that he's not claiming no baby until he gets a blood test, right? So even though he was still chilling with Holly, he was not claiming the baby. However, Romeca and Holly was in communication at first. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they were in communication at first. And everything was kind of, a little cordial a little bit, right? So she was basically telling Romeca that, well, here's a picture of us, that I am pregnant. Because, Romeca was trying to convince her that Carlos was not the dad. Now, Holly was trying to convince Romeca that Carlos is the dad. But can you imagine a girl calling you on the phone saying, that ain't your baby daddy? Carlos ain't your baby daddy. Where your baby daddy at? Carlos is not your baby daddy. And she's saying, he is my baby daddy. He is my baby daddy. So in the beginning, she was cordial. And then it became weird. And she blocked her. And when she blocked her, it became obsessive. It became obsessive before she blocked her. But that was another reason why she blocked her, because it got too much for Holly, okay? It got to the point where Holly could no longer deal with her rages, her obsession, her calling her back to back, because she wants to talk to her, okay? Because...
Okay, so stop it right here. So y'all know when I say Holly was miserable her whole pregnancy. This is what I mean when I say she was miserable her whole pregnancy. This woman was reaching out to people that was on Holly's friends list. Holly never had sexual intercourse with none of these people. She was reaching out to them. She was harassing family members. So not only was Holly and Los victims of Romeca, random people were victims of Romeca.
She was texting Carlos, and Carlos was ignoring the dog shit out of her. He was literally not answering her weird ass questions, right? She was asking him, are you the daddy? 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 Is this your baby? Is this your baby?
Boy, they gonna lay me and Amore out today, especially Amore. We talking bad about the deceased, but y'all do know all of this gotta come out in court. So I guess the judge will be talking bad about this deceased too.
Tell me the truth. Is this your baby? Is this your baby? Are you messing with her? Just tell me the truth. And he was like, we're not together, so he don't owe her that. Okay. And she even said in one of the text messages, we're dating other people. Let me get to that one right quick. She was like, we're dating, so why don't you just be honest? But he didn't feel like he owed her that shit. You know, you just my baby mama. I ain't got to tell you if I'm dating or not. I don't got to tell you where I'm laying my wood. All right. But Romeca did not like that. Romeca wanted him to tell her that he was involved with another woman, and Carlos didn't tell her because he felt like, why I got to tell her if I'm involved with someone else or not? So let me get to the part where she says, okay, let's read this one. This is Romeca. She was trying to call him, and he says, can I call you later? He said that 2 times. And then she says, I'm fucking that truck up. Hold on, let me make it bigger. I'm effing that truck up since you want to be a bitch. I'm tired of you playing with my feelings.
So she says she gonna F his truck up, but then y'all wonder why she was parking far away from her job, because she didn't want him to come mess up her car like she was messing up his. But y'all flipped it and turned it to the narratives that fit y'all and make Romeca look good. Y'all ought to feel embarrassed. Y'all should just give up y'all blogging skills at this point.
Watch.
Y'all so smart, y'all dumb.
Delete the video now. Why can't you just tell the truth?
Me either.
Deleted the video now. Why can't you just tell the truth? I know you out with a bitch. And since we dating, so be it. What's the problem with you being honest? Meaning, since we're dating, she's dating someone else, he's dating someone else. She's like, well, since we're dating, so be it. What's the problem with you being honest? How you move, give yourself every single, I think she mean, how you moving, give yourself every single time. 7 years, you don't think I know when you on some BS? She said, MF, I know you better than you know yourself. Just be honest this one time, like for real.
Dang.
I know already, shaking my head. So she said, Amore, we can't see. Oh, okay, hold on, let me put it up. She literally wanted him to admit. Hold on. Let me put this one up first. She wanted him to admit that he was dating Holly, and he would not admit it, and it pissed her off. Hold on. And from my knowledge, I don't even know if he was exclusively dating Holly. I think that they were just messing around, but that wasn't good enough for Romeca.
Exactly.
Romeca wanted him to just say, I'm dating Holly. And he wouldn't. He kept ignoring her, and it made her madder and madder and madder. Let me know if y'all can see this. If not, I have to blow it up. Can y'all see that?
Messages
but it says here again.
Hold on, let me say this. In Felicia voice, you ain't gonna play them. You just ain't gonna show them receipts. Zoom in on them, y'all. Upper got this stuff and ain't show them people over there how psycho this woman was. She over there, she being very dismissive about Holly's situation, but being very, very, very passionate about Romeca. These people is doing this for the likes, the views, and the money. Because what Upper said, I'm getting rich, bitch, off of this deceased person death. That's what she said. Upper, why you and Keys ain't show this?
It says, hold on. Let me get back to it.
Thank you, LaCondace.
Okay. She says, I'm effing that truck up since you want to be with a B.
Exactly.
Since you want to be with a B.
Thank you, lovely.
I'm tired of you playing with my feelings. Watch. Now, what does she mean by that? From my understanding, okay, they were broken up, but they were talking about trying to work things out, okay? She says, but who was she that he had to admit anything? You're right, Real T. He didn't have to tell her shit. You know, they dating other people. He did not have to tell her nothing. I agree. And he was ignoring the hell out of her. She's texting him one after the other, like she was relentless with it or whatever. She wanted him to admit that he was dating someone and he would or whatever. And, you know, from what I heard is she thought, or maybe they talked about or whatever, of them getting back together. She was supposed to go get some help or whatever on her dish.
Exactly.
Respect and how she treated him and whatnot. She was supposed to be getting some help. They were supposed to be trying to get back together and whatnot. However, they were dating other people. And
that's why they somewhere hiding. Any other time, Miss Genius across the street in the food stamp sector, she would have been live when I was live. She'd probably end up going live and popping her shit. But she had real big dick energy yesterday, but she quiet now. I want to answer. Why didn't you show these receipts, baby?
He moved on. And she even say that. Let me blow this up and let y'all see where she actually says, you moved on and I need to do the same. Hold on one second. I just really wish that she would have took her own damn advice. She knew it was time for her to move on. She just couldn't.
She thought she belonged. She
couldn't. Let me get to the part where she said, you moved on. It was
her property is what she was thinking.
I need to do the same. Oh, it gets blurry when I ain't gonna be able to blow it up simply because it gets blurry when I do that.
Because he knew Romeca would stop the shit. And it still ain't stopped her. Stopped her. Romeca stopped.
Okay. So it gets blurry. You really can't see it.
Romeca stalked Holly, her family, and all her friends list on social media. No wonder she kept getting off of social media, getting on social media. She was contacting these goddamn people. This is shit. Where's Auntie Law Leslie at? Where's the family at? Where's Upper at? Where's Keys at? What y'all got to say about this? Oh, they disrespecting the dead. They disrespecting the dead. The dead disrespected herself. She didn't know her worth.
But at the very bottom, you just got to blow your screen up. It says you moved on and I need to do the same. Okay. So she knew what she needed to do, but she just would not do it. She would not move on, you know. I wish that she would have moved on. And, you know, because I just feel like if a man is showing you that, you know, he's not interested in you or whatnot, or even if he's playing you, like, let's just say he's effing with her. Oh, this one might be a little bit better. Okay, let me put this one up. This one might be a little bit better. That he told her, you moved on. I mean, she told him, you moved on and I need to do the same. Hold on. Let me put this one up.
When's she gonna do it?
This is a different.
She was telling the family something totally different.
Better version.
She was telling the family that she was done. Let me tell y'all what I noticed about this case here, y'all, since we've been diving into this together, y'all. What I noticed was Romeca was, what is the word? She was trying to, it's at the tip of my tongue. When you'll see. It's at the tip of my tongue. Cover her tracks. She was trying to cover her tracks, what she was doing, y'all. That is what she was doing. She told the family she don't fuck with Lowe's, she don't like Lowe's, whatever. But behind closed doors, she was a straight lunatic. So that's why the family was coming out. She was done with him. She moved on. She didn't want him. Yeah, that's what she was telling them.
for sending me that. Child,
Ain't no
women
way
need to
I'll
stop
be
begging
advocating
these.
for this. Ain't no way. Y'all got to feel stupid as hell. Up.
Men, honey, y'all need to stop begging men to be with y'all. If a man don't want to be with you, just hell, there's a whole bunch of more out there. Shit, you can buy a man at these days at the damn ABC. I mean, at the damn Adam and Eve store. So right here, you're so weird. This is why I never trust you. It's cool, though. MF did that to you. She said it's cool, though. MF did that to you. I bet you wouldn't like it. She can have you. You moved on. I need to do the same, is what she said. You see that? You moved on. I need to do the same. That's what she said in the next text. Let's go to the next text where she said, you moved on and I need to do the same. Hold on. And then she says, why you keep lying to me? And then she says, F that baby. Hold on, let me show y'all this. Let me just put this up. I don't know if y'all can see all this. Oh, yeah, you can. She says, F that baby. You see what she says, F that baby at?
Can y'all see it? Didn't I tell y'all
right
she
here.
said F that baby? Didn't I tell y'all she said F that baby?
Oh, this is the
Did y'all blow up on that?
She said, why you keep lying to me, though?
Man, Upper, let me get a sound effect. Cause Upper, why in the hell you ain't showed that your client said fuck that baby? My baby don't have a brother. He's the only child. This woman is psycho. And y'all ain't said nothing. Hold on. Now y'all over there quiet, sitting up there like some little niggas quiet. What her intro sound like? Stupid can't play with smart, or smart can't play with stupid. Shit, they played with you, girl. Idiot. Oh.
You stupid. You stupid. You stupid.
This for Upper. This for all of them.
Oh. Hey, F you and that baby. My baby don't have a brother. He's a only child. Like,
F you and that baby. My baby don't have a brother. He's an only child. It's the delusion for me. I ain't no way in the hell I could be like that. Y'all know my little baby be over here with me every weekend. She at the beach this weekend. I can't believe my ears, girl. You or me. Hey, I am Nelly. You or me. But they swore up and down that Holly didn't have receipts. And this ain't even all. Excuse me, y'all. This ain't even all the receipts. This not it, y'all. It's plenty more to come. This ain't all. This just a little bit of it. Just a little bit. They're gonna be so. I can see Auntie Leslie now, like you're crying and carrying on because the shit is out. Yes, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. They don't want people to talk about this. Why? It got to come out either way it go. Why can't you tell the truth about someone simply because they passed away? Speaking about Romeca's volatile behavior is not disrespectful. Thank you. Thank you. They're going to swear up and down we being disrespectful. Thank you, Candace. They thinking of the next lie. You better say it. That's it. Upper and them working on that. Yes. She definitely could have pulled another man. I don't know. Her attitude's so bad. I don't know.
am I going to let's digress for a second, right? I always painted Romeca as a bully, right? I always said she was on demon time on September the 8th. Do I believe she was on demon time on September the 8th? Yes, I do. But I will say something else today. Romeca was not ready to let go.
Now look, y'all. Upper live now about Bree. Didn't I tell y'all she is predictable? Didn't I tell y'all she was gonna go live because I was live? Didn't I tell y'all that? She live about Bree. Girl, bring your ass over here and address what's front and center. What your ass been around here telling lies. That's what you do. Don't talk about Bree. Fuck that. We sick of hearing about that. Come and address what you ain't addressed. What you did not show. Didn't I tell y'all she was going to go live as soon as I went live? Because she know she want to take the people away from me. That's why she don't want her people to hear the fucking truth. So if y'all got Facebooks, if y'all got please y'all, if y'all got Facebook, YouTube, all that, share this live out. Let's show how Team Romeca is liars. And did I not tell y'all, she ain't gonna come back and explain shit. She just gonna walk the fuck off like nothing happened. She went live because she did not want her people to hear the truth. Period. She do it every time. So she gonna go live about Bree. Ain't you dragged Bree for 3 years too motherfucking long? What you worried about? Go get your own fucking relationship.
When Carlos moved on to Holly, she was not ready to let go.
And she fired Danny from the job. She took Danny's wrench. These are mad, bitter bitches. Mad, baby, but they so smart.
She thought that they was on a break. She thought they was going to get back together. And she thought that was going to be her man. Okay? She loved this dude. She loved Carlos. I think she was a little obsessed with him, if you ask me.
Was.
But I think that she could not accept whether or not he told her the truth, that he was with someone else, or just ignoring her. Either way, she was hurt. She was hurt. She was distraught. She wanted him so bad. And yeah, she absolutely did not want Holly to have his baby.
That tough titty. She had it. I love my little Coco. My little Coco be over here with me every weekend. I told my baby daddy the other day on the phone, I love Coco to death. Like she's my child. I don't see how somebody could be that hateful. Matter of fact, I got my mama and them in love with this baby. Like, what? My mama sending her clothes and sending her stuff. My sisters and them is keeping her. My nephews and them is loving her. What? We don't do that over here in my family. We just don't. She said, like Tammy said, it's much more to come. This ain't nothing. They about to be so embarrassed. They supported this BS. Exactly. They about to be so motherfucking embarrassed. That girl, Black Paris, rewinded from the beginning. Black Paris, rewinded from the beginning. And I swear to God, I'm sticking with Holly all the way on out. But in the meantime, in between time, I ain't going to be doing no lies unless it's presenting facts. I ain't arguing with people that is coming up with their own narratives. I'm not doing it. Period. I'm taking my drama ass to another start drama somewhere else because y'all, hear it now or later, but eventually it will be heard. There's another receipt about something said about the baby that made me clutch my pearls. We finna listen. Hey, Malik. Hey, city girl. If y'all missed the beginning, please go back to the live. Somebody need to go in Upper's live and ask her why she is not live addressing these motherfucking receipts from their angel. Please, somebody go take their ass over there and ask goddamn go into the food stamp sector, because it's the food stamp sector over there, and ask why she ain't addressing this.
She said, I said that, and the picture that they painted that she was over him was a lie. Oh, yeah, the over him thing, well, the receipts definitely says that she wasn't over him, okay? The receipts definitely says she wasn't over him, because even when she says F you and that baby, she doesn't stop there. She continues on. And even when he was at my house, the text messages that I seen, she's relentless to keep on texting. She texts him all the time. And then this is after she said F you and that baby, right?
Look at these receipts.
She says, what you doing?
Let me
she don't respond. Shaking my head. I know where you at, and it ain't home. Knew you was on some other shit. That's why I waited to see if you would play like them phones dead. You crazy. Be knowing what you really on and seeing what you gonna do. Shaking my head. I known you was gonna play the phones was dead role. Nah, motherfucker, you laid up and could have been real. So you want to know why she says, I know where you at and it ain't home? Because she done already pulled up over his house. You heard him say her pull-up game was what? Strong. Her pull-up game was strong, okay? So with that being said, she had already pulled up over his house and she knew he wasn't home, but he wasn't answering the phone. And she's like, I knew you was on some other shit. That's why I waited to see if you played like them phones was dead. Because, you know, he may have said something like, you know, gave her whatever reason why he didn't respond. Right. Whatever reason, he could have just said, he could have been, some dudes would have been.
Upper went live because she don't want her people to hear the truth, because she know they would have been in my bushes listening. This is the type of cocky energy that bitch over there have. But see, it ain't, every dog has their day. And your day gonna come, you goddamn liar. Because we gonna count down how many lies she done came out here and said and never came back to correct them. Whoever remember, put them in the chat. The receipts is receipting over here. Up ain't got shit but a narrative that her and Keys is spinning together. Her work boyfriend.
Like none of your effing business, right? But he didn't. It seems to me that he had to lie to her to keep her calm. Mm-hmm. And I'm not giving him no excuse for lying. Mm-hmm. But I will say that some people do that. Some people will lie to you to spare your feelings. Am I saying it's right? No, I ain't saying it's right. But am I saying it's done? Yes, it is. Again, some people will lie to you to spare your feelings. Re-Rev said, perhaps she simply wanted closure, transparency, and honesty. After all, you are in a lifetime relationship when you have a child with someone, in a sense. I get what you're saying. And I will say this, okay? I hear what you're saying. However, I'm a type of person that I feel like actions speak louder than words. So if you already moving funny and I'm accusing you of moving funny, is that not enough? So do you think words is closure? Because baby, the actions do it for me.
You girl,
If I see you ignoring me, I'm texting you back to back. You ignore me. I'm popping up at your house. You ain't there. You out.
What you say, Lolita? If you support Amber, you are up. Yep, that's what it is. What's up, Cassie? If you support Amber, you're up. So they taking your wrench. But they say that I have a cult-like following and Amora have a cult-like following, but they taking wrenches and stuff. And I took Terry wrench today. And the only reason why I did that because y'all know why I did it. The ones know. Let's see. The family. Thank you, Malik. The family is responsible for a lot of the misinformation spread about the case. That's why I don't have a lot of sympathy. I know it's harsh, but oh well. Yep, exactly. And y'all, I want to make this clear. Even if this was me in a situation and I lost a loved one, my child, God forbid, my nephews, God forbid, my nieces, God forbid, my brother, my siblings, anybody, y'all. But if they were living the reckless life and the thug life that Romeca was living, the thug life, I would have to suck them goddamn tears up. It will hurt my heart. Y'all know we are human. It's going to hurt us. But we'll have to suck it up because her life was like a thug. Okay? She ran her life like a thug. And that's just all to it.
You lying. You doing this. You doing that. I mean, hello. Are we just going to ignore the actions? We just going to sit here and listen to what men tell us? And she was asking him, is that your B? Let's get to that one where she said, is that your B? She's asking, is Holly his B-I-T-C-H, right? He doesn't respond, though. He doesn't respond. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go to the one that she said, is that your B? She did say, I respect, honestly. Let's put this one up. This one right here. She said, yes, I'm tired of you lying. I want to know the truth. Shaking my head. Why you keep lying? I respect honesty. So you want to play with me while she on the phone and call me a hoe? So apparently he must have called her a hoe while Holly was on the phone, and she got upset and said, you snapped calling me a hoe while this bitch is on the phone. You for real? And when did I disrespect you and say anything foul except your lies? So you mad I told her you was around me? That's your bitch, huh? LOL. Now, from what I heard about this one right here, I don't know if this one, I don't know if the dates add up. This is October. So I don't know about these dates, but apparently she went back and told Holly.
Where's iState Facts? Please don't tell me they done attacked her over there. Somebody go get iState Facts. She was going over to tell Upper to explain this.
Some bullshit.
To explain this, and she ain't came back yet.
That they were together or they did something or whatever the case may be. And he got mad at her, and she says right here, you snap calling me a hoe while this bitch on the phone. You for real? And when did I disrespect you and say anything foul except your lies? Your lies. So you mad I told her you was around me? That's your bitch, huh? LOL. And then she goes on to say, LOL, you lie so much. They don't even know how you look.
So hold up. So I got the receipt. So iState Facts went over there and said, fuck all this. Can you address the facts, the screenshots on Romeca that was dropped? Upper responded and said, I addressed that 2 days ago. So y'all, oh my goodness. She did not address that, y'all. That is what my video that I did this morning, it was about that. I broke that down of how she was very dismissive of Holly and what Holly was saying, but she was catering to the Romeca part. And we're going to play that once we get done listening to these receipts. She better she think I'm dumb. She better think again. And Miss White ain't helping me do shit. I'm doing this all on my own. Okay? All on my own. I don't need nobody to help me.
But stay away from me, op. And so
I'm doing it all on my own. That's on my brother's grave.
Call him an op. So you would think, okay, she done, right? She done running up on him. She done pulling up to his house uninvited. She done blowing up his phone. You would think that she's done, but she's not. And it says right here, text messages from Romeca to Carlos. So this right here just shows how obsessed she was over this man. And it wasn't just to Holly.
We're going to go over that after this.
These receipts right here shows the obsession of Carlos just to Holly, right? And this is just for detention purposes. But when it comes to the trial, you're going to see other receipts where this lady was obsessed with any woman.
And she said that Allah don't care who tell it as long as they get told. I can't believe I supported the biggest liars on the internet. They was around here calling them more the biggest liar. And y'all, man, oh, don't worry, we're going to get to it.
And including her cousin when it came to Carlos. She was obsessed with Carlos dealing with any woman, other women. that was not Holly. Okay. She was very, very obsessive over him, you know? Let's she said often women are over the man and don't want him anymore, but at the same time don't want him with no one else, especially if she see him building with someone else. You're right about that. And let's go a little further. She knew she was bragging even to Holly about, let's pull that one up. Was she bragging? She was bragging to Holly how she was with another man, how she was receiving loving and flowers and shit like that. So she was dating someone else at the time that she was mad as hell about him and Holly having a baby. Let's get to that one right quick. Let's get to the one that she is like, let's put this one up first. Holly was basically saying, you reaching out to niggas that you don't know about me. I live in your head rent free. You wake up thinking about me. You go to sleep thinking about me. So Romeca responded, Holly Johnson, LOL. Again, Holly, that man called me today. I never called him, even text saying who he was. You slow, okay? And she says, let's get to the next one right quick. I'm going to get the whole part of the next one. She's trying to say that she didn't reach out to him, but she did. And they provided proof. So she says, Holly, you lie all the time. Like you played with my son, calling him ugly and all. I can't wait to whoop your ass. Then she goes on to say, this is in her messenger inbox, okay? She says, Holly Johnson, like on everything. I fucking love that man called me today. I never not once reached out to him today. I actually had a beautiful morning to flowers and love. So yeah, I'm gonna let you stress that baby out on your own. You be worried about me and lying when I call him back. I said something, but again, she said I said something or some, but again, call him back. So she trying to say she called him back, that she didn't call him first. But mind you, in the let me show the text message where she asked him to call her. So that's why she's like, I didn't call him, he called me. But she jumped in his inbox and said, can you call me? Let me get to that one. And Holly was able to show all of this to her lawyer. So right here, the guy named, I want to say his name is Trail or something like that, or Travail. So this is Romeca Meek. She jumps in the inbox on social media and says, yo, can you call me? And she gives the dude her phone number. Again, this is in an email, a messenger on social media. Yo, can you call me? And then he respond, because he called. He respond and said, that's me, 713. And then Romeca said, you hung up. And then that's when he says, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, because at this point they were on the phone and she was trying to convince this man that the baby in Holly's stomach was his. But y'all, this was not the only guy that she called. She called several men in Holly's friend list. So listen, if you in some type of entanglement, I just say hide your friend list anyway. This internet crazy. Hide your friend list, y'all. Hide your friend list. If there's an option for you to hide your friend list, hide your friend list, because people will reach out to your damn friends. You hear me? So she was reaching out to Holly male friends, more than one, accusing them of being Holly's baby daddy. So not only was she harassing Holly, she was harassing Holly friends. She said, even if he told her the truth, she still wasn't going to move on. They wasn't together. What else did she want? Exactly. They wasn't together. And he did not owe her that. Even though I know some of the ladies in here saying, well, she just wanted closure and this, that, and the other. Even if she wanted closure, I just got a question for you. Does he owe her that? Does he owe her closure? If they are not together in a relationship, and he said they broke up after she called the police on him while he was on house arrest, trying to get him arrested. He said he was done with her at that point. So what the fuck does he owe her?
Exactly, Black
Excuse my language, but seriously, what does he owe her? What does he owe her? They broke up because she tried to get him arrested, locked up, and he was done with it. So closure? I don't know. So anyway, so Romeca tried to say that she didn't call him, but she failed to say, but I did jump in his inbox and told him to call me, and the guy did call. He called, and she said, you hung up. So after they talked and whatnot, he responded saying, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. I live in Houston and I ain't seen Holly in years. Never had sex with her because, listen, how you gonna accuse someone that has never had sex with a woman of being the daddy? And then listen, let me show you where he said this man had to reach out to Holly and say, yo, she don't even believe me. Listen, he reached out to Holly and said, urgent, call me now. This is the dude, Tavel, talking about Romeca called his phone. He said he had to say to Holly, urgent, call me now. This is a person that haven't seen Holly in years, right? She get a message in her inbox, said, call me now. Yo baby daddy, baby mama calling me. Thinking that we fucking around. She tweaking and won't stop calling me. Let her know I'm not your man. I'm trying to enjoy my day. She's blowing my...
Now, Upper, you mean to tell me you got on your internet, you got on Beyonce's internet, and you broke this down with these receipts, just like Amore did, Upper? Is that what you telling me, Upper? You saying you did this, or did you skim through it and dismiss it? Because according to Chat GPT, when I put your shit in there earlier, they broke down everything and you skimmed through Holly's stuff and dismissed it. You didn't go through it. So you mean to tell me if I go and play your shit that we gonna hear you doing what Amore did? Easy to fucking lie.
Line down. As I stated to her, I ain't saw you in years. She think I'm lying and think I am the dad. Shorty tweaking.
How
embarrassing is this?
Was crazy.
Lord Father God. How embarrassing to have a man that you ain't seen in years.
So now you right, Amore, that is embarrassing. So now her family is gonna have to sit through hearing all of this. This is embarrassing.
Hit you up in your inbox and tell you that your baby daddy, baby mama is calling him.
And if Holly was in Alabama, she wouldn't have never went to jail. This is a stand your ground state. These southern states, she wouldn't be in jail.
Non-stop.
Hell, I keep telling y'all, my cousin unalived her husband. She was in a domestic dispute or whatever, but all she went in is for questioning, but she had to go into questioning after she got off the hospital. She was in the hospital for a day, and then she had to go into questioning, but she never did a day. They kept her cell phone and everything for evidence, and she had to go get a new cell phone, but she has not done a day, and it's been 2 years.
Trying to accuse him of being a daddy of a child, and he ain't never had the cooch. He never had the cooch.
Amore said the cooch.
Who he supposed to be, Jesus? And then he said, she think I'm lying. She wouldn't even take, I'm not the daddy. We ain't messing with each other. I ain't never had sex with her. She wouldn't even take that as an answer. And
she wouldn't take that for an answer. He like, you tweaking. She like, no, this is your baby. Like, you lying like this? So now it's so easy to see why them people over there supporting. They all some liars.
Who said that Carlos need to tell her the truth? She don't know how to take the truth. She can't handle the truth. Seriously, she can't handle the truth.
I state facts. Where's Sugar Ray's at? I done heard of that. Where is that at? I come, girl. Exactly.
This man telling her, I'm not the daddy. We ain't never had sex. Stop calling me. And she's still blowing up his phone. He said she blowing my phone down. She blowing my line down. I'm trying to enjoy my day. How embarrassing is that? How? There got to be some type of embarrassing for someone that's just a friend. Y'all know we get friends on social media sometime by just being in the airport together. Oh, what's your handle? What's your handle? Oh, my handle is let's talk about it with a more. I'll talk about it with a more. Okay. I'm sending you a friend request now. Okay, no problem. I'll accept it. She may not even have known the guy. Now, I'm not saying she didn't know him. Apparently, she knew him. But they may not be close-knit friends. Or the other guys that she reached out to, accusing them of being Holly's baby daddy. All because what? Because she didn't want Carlos to be the daddy. She did not want Carlos to be the daddy. She wanted it to be somebody else. So anyway, this is a receipt of this man saying, can you please, he's a shorty tweaking. She tweaking and won't stop. She tweaking and won't stop calling me. She has this impulsive, obsessive. And y'all look at how many times. Now, you remember that time we pulled up a call log and we was like, I think it was like 30-something times. Robert was calling Brianna back to back. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, my phone malfunctioned and it was in my pocket and it just went crazy and it went off. And we was like, oh, yeah, all right, whatever, right? She's calling this woman at 1:35 in the morning, at 8:22 in the morning, 23, 24, 35, 45, 40. First of all, for what? Who you thinking about at 1:35 in the morning? Y'all tell me. Who are you thinking about at 1:35 in the morning? And then she went so far as to using her son's phone. Her son, Lil Lo's phone. Loso. She used her son's phone to try to confuse her. This is her not calling Carlos. This is her calling Holly. She was FaceTiming her, Instagram audio, leaving her messages at 3:56 in the morning, telling her how she was going to beat her ass. Yeah, this is going to be evidence in court. Just some of it. This is not all, you guys. This was used to get the restraining order. That's why this is being shown right now. This is definitely not all of it, okay? Again, this was shown just to get the restraining order. This is what she used to get the restraining order, okay? Now, she had an opportunity to go and say, this ain't true. I ain't hit her up at 3:56 in the morning and leave no message telling her I was going to whoop her ass. She was saying, I can't wait to whoop your ass. I can't wait to put hands on you. I can't wait to put hands on you, right? Loso.
Okay, I'm back.
This is Lil Los. This is her son's phone that she's calling, FaceTiming, calling. She's calling from her son's phone, y'all. Romeca Meeks, Instagram audio at 3:40. Then she did another one at 3:56. Whoo! But wait a minute. I ain't even gonna ask them. But it was so many people on here saying, I don't believe it. Where's the receipts? Where's the receipts? Where's the receipts? Where's the receipts? I don't believe it. I don't believe Romeca was sweating. Holly, who is Holly to sweat? They wouldn't believe it. They would not believe it. But these are the receipts. And there's also police reports where she had to call the popo on Romeca for threats, you guys, for threats. There is a police report, So again, Loso, her son phone, Romeca Meeks, Instagram audio, Romeca Meeks, Instagram audio, all early in the morning. Now, I don't know who Jazz is. I don't know if there was another person she was calling her from. I don't know, because I don't know why they would put that in here. But this is Holly's call log. And this ain't it. There is more, much, much more of missed call, block call. Let's look at where she actually tried to block the chick. Hold on. God dang it, Amora, why I can't? Give me a second. Did it just freeze up on me? I think it did. What the hell? Can y'all hear me? Did I go out? I don't know why this is doing this to me. I think it went out. Can y'all hear me? Hold on, let me put this down. Photos are stuck. Force quit.
Yeah, I
All
met
right,
somebody
back
when
up.
I was in
Let me know if y'all can hear me.
gave them my information, and they was a DJ and stuff. Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Girl, you know Keys ain't him
Hello?
and his work girlfriend ain't finna do this.
Oh, she said we can hear you. Oh, okay. Let's go to where she tried to block the chick. She had to show the courts where she actually blocked Romeca, right? Why does she have to block Romeca? Because Romeca was relentless. When she blocked her on the phone, that wasn't good enough. She had to eventually block Carlos.
She had to eventually take her social media and everybody attached to it away because she was going down the line. If this ain't psychotic, I don't know what is. This beats all I ever heard and seen. You know it was crazy when you seen her on the internet. She's recording herself. Stop. That girl really needed real deal help.
His son phone, not because she didn't want, if he wanted to get in contact with his daddy, he wouldn't be able to reach her phone. She didn't want to do that, but she had to because Romeca was abusing it. Okay, but right here is where she had to show that she blocked Romeca.
Upper, what you gonna do, Upper? More receipts, Upper. Why you? So you telling me you displayed it like this, Upper? You telling me you broke this the fuck down like this? Man.
But call me Meeks on social media. I want to say this may have been Instagram or TikTok, one or the other, but she had to block her because the girl kept inboxing her, telling her how it's on site. When I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass. All because she was with Carlos. She was with Carlos. Okay, all because she was with Carlos, right? She was so obsessed with this girl. She did not like it. She kept accusing her of breaking up their family. That's in text messages, but I don't think those messages have been uploaded or whatnot. But this is her. I think I showed y'all where she says she's getting flowers. Did I show y'all that? Hold on. She said, I actually had a beautiful morning to flowers and love. So she's saying that she's getting flowers and love by another man, but yet she's tripping over Holly. She's tripping over Holly. So nevertheless, you guys, there's much more coming as far as receipts, but as far as what was shown to move forward with a restraining order and things like that and was used in court to determine her detention or not, that is what's being uploaded. Other video footage and whatnot will be uploaded as well, okay? And yes, she was pregnant. This girl was harassed through her pregnancy. Now, T, I don't know if you knew this, but I believe you did.
But y'all said, they said I was lying. They said that Holly was not, didn't I come on here and say Holly was miserable during her whole pregnancy? Didn't I say that? They said I was lying. She wasn't miserable. She wasn't none of that. But okay.
Holly tried to be cordial.
That's why I wasn't even arguing. I got to the point where I wasn't finna argue with them. I ain't arguing with stupid.
With her.
Stupid for no reason.
In the beginning. Literally talked to her from baby mama to baby mama. She tried to be cordial with Romeca. It did not work. It escalated quickly. It became obsessive. It became weird to the point where she had to say, enough is enough. I'm not entertaining her no more. I'm not doing this with her no more. But she did, in fact, try to be cordial with her. She tried to talk. She tried to let her know, yes, I am pregnant by him. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that. But she tried. She tried to say, listen, our sons are going to be brothers, so we have to get along. And she did try to get along with Romeca. And she told Carlos, you got to fix this. We about to have brothers. You got to fix this. He tried. It was Romeca that did not want it to be. She did not want it to be. They did have a conversation, and she said she was cool with him dating her or her dating him, But she said, but I'ma still whoop your ass when I see you. So no matter, they got off that call after they kind of, you know, was like, listen, we don't need to be doing this. You got a son, I got a son. They you know, they brothers, they share the same dad. And she said, I'm still gonna beat your ass when I see you. She just wanted to put hands on her.
And she's seen her. Okay, so we're gonna stop listening to that. We got the receipts. That's it for the receipts right now. So we done listening to that. I just wanted y'all to hear that for the ones in the bag. I sat through Amora's 4-hour live so that y'all wouldn't have to, and y'all can get straight to the point. Okay, we get straight to the point. But y'all can go over there and give Amora a view though. All you gotta do is sit for like 10 minutes and give her a view. But anyway, y'all. So, well, now I gotta play that just to hear what I was gonna say. Okay, so now Upper said that she exposed this or whatever, and she didn't. So while Amora was talking, I went and grabbed her what you call it, and her link to the one that she did. And supposed to call herself exposing. I went and grabbed the link. She said, hold on, let me see. If she was getting flowers, thank you, Penny J. If she was getting flowers from another man, they wasn't from Carlos. So those flowers didn't mean shit to her. Absolutely. Absolutely. And thanks to everyone that helped me reach my goal. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, I grabbed the link, I put it in Chat GPT. I told them to break it down on what exactly did she do. Now, I know she didn't break it down like Amora did, but I asked Chat GPT to do it, and Chat GPT did it. I put it in there, and it said, short answer, no, she did not properly break down the defense receipts about Romeca allegedly stalking or harassing Holly. She acknowledged it at most, but she did not analyze, question, or walk through the actual evidence in detail. Okay? So she told y'all a lie. Then it says surface level mention. She said she may have referenced the defense claims, but she did not go line by line through receipts, explain timelines, verify sources, compare claims versus proof. It was more like, that's what the defense is saying, instead of, let me examine what they submitted and if it hold weight. Her tone leaned heavily towards team deceased bias, emotional framing, protective stance over Holly. So instead of asking, is this harassment claim supported, she leaned to, this is what happened to Holly. The first narrative, y'all, that's a narrative first approach, not evidence first breakdown. So she said, this is what happened to Holly. So she's not really answering the question. She's saying, this is what happened. Okay. No real receipt analyst. A proper breakdown would include screenshots, messages if presented, dates, timeline, alignment, context of interactions, whether behavior meets legal definition, or harassment and stalking. She did not dissect what qualifies as stalking legally, compare multiple sides, and challenge inconsistencies. Did she question the defense? Not really. A balanced creator would ask, why is the defense presented as now? Is this a strategy to the shift blame? Are the receipts complete or selective? She didn't critically evaluate the defense motive or credibility. Her tone is positioning confident, slightly dismissive of opposing narrative, and emotionally aligned, leaning towards believing Romeca's side. Okay. That's what it says. So for everybody, let's go to my video that I did. Some of y'all probably missed it, but it's about old upper. Old upper. 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 Yeah. Mhm.
Now. Hey, it's let's keep it real. Scared to speak it, now she built for raw facts. We don't talk raw facts.
This is a pre-recording video.
Make
so
sure y'all get this too.
Yeah, this is pre-recorded. I just wanted to let y'all know that this is not an actual live video. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight up into it. So today we're talking about the Holly Johnson appeal, but we're also talking about something else that I think is just as important. I want to talk about how people are breaking this case down, because I watched a breakdown from Miss Genius over there in the food stamp sector. And one thing stood out to me immediately. It wasn't just an opinion, it was certainty. Okay, she was certain. Like the case was already decided. I'm sorry, y'all, but nobody on YouTube knows how this case is gonna play out. Nobody knows. So today we're going to do this the right way. We're going to start with what the defense is actually saying in the appeal. Not opinions, not commentary, just what the paperwork say itself, okay? Because that's where we're getting lost along the way, is we're listening to these creators and y'all thinking that these creators is a judge, a jury, and everything else, and they're not. It's only solely their opinion, okay? Now, we're going to see just what's in the paperwork, and then we're going to talk about how Miss Genius, aka food stamp sector, presented it. And then we're going to ask the real question: can we trust a breakdown that sounds like the outcome is already known? Now, that being said, I listened to Miss Genius breakdown, or her video, or whatever you want to call it, that she did on Friday, I think it was. And so I decided that I'm not going to play it because these people want my channel bad. So I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to tell y'all just how she presented that, how biased she is, and everything. Now, if you don't believe me, y'all could go over there and listen to it y'all selves, and then come back in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. Okay? So let's start here, y'all. What the defense is actually trying to do. Listen to me now. Right now, this is not about proving innocence, y'all. This is not about proving innocence at all. This is about release. The defense is asking for Holly, Quadasia Johnson, whatever you want to call her, to be released from detention under less restrictive conditions, like electric monitoring or etc. Okay. Now, how they're trying to support her with that is a breakdown. Alleged threats, calls, screenshots, relationship conflict, and etc. Okay? No, they ain't. So what they're doing is they're painting a picture that there was ongoing tension, harassment, conflict leading up to what happened. And do y'all know, when I said and listened to Miss Genius over there, somebody that's supposed to be so smart, when she was reading this, y'all, this one was like, okay, harassment and everything, but what did that got to do with what happened that day? Like, are you listening to yourself? What do the harassment have to do with what took place on that day? Are you kidding me? Well, ma'am, let me ask y'all this. What did Carlos going to Amore have to do with September the 8th? But y'all still blogged on it. The fuck? All right, let's go back. Let's bring it back down. So whether you agree with it or not, that's the defense job to break down what they supposed to break down. Okay. Now that's what the appeal is about. So that's what they're working on. That's what Amore went over yesterday. That's what Trina went over. I think yesterday, the day before that, and Mr. Genius did too. So now let's get into how Miss Genius / food stamp lady, welfare recipient lady started her live with it. Let's break that down. Because this is where I had a problem at with hers. Okay, now y'all listen up. She acted like she already knew the outcome. One thing that stood out to me is she kept saying stuff like, I told y'all she's not getting out. I told y'all she's not getting out. And I had to stop right there. Because how do you know that so confidently to come out and say that? You're not the judge. You're not the appellate court. And you don't control the outcome. You can have your opinion, Miss Genius, but you cannot speak like you already know the future. That's not analyst anymore. That's prediction being presented like facts. So you go around on your channel with this big cocky energy and you're predicting stuff as if it's facts, and then you got the dummies over there running with it. Okay.
ChatGPT, can I make money online with $0?
Yes, you.
So now we got the confidence in influencing people. And here's the issue with that. When you talk like that, your audience starts believing. Yep, she did already pairs. Okay. And your audience absolutely believes that it's already over and that she ain't never seen the light of day. She sure don't, Black Pear. Now, people not thinking, they just agreeing. That's influence, not information. That is influence, not information. This is how she do when she do her content. She been doing this for 3 years. Let me point out how biased she is. Let me break this down. When it comes to Romeca, y'all, there was more explanation, more context, more understanding. That's what I think too, Black Pear. When it came to Holly, it was quicker to dismiss, quicker to question, and quicker to shut it the fuck down. One-sided get context, the other side gets criticism. So Romeca get context, and Holly, she's getting criticism out of Miss Genius' mouth. Now, let me be clear. Not every exhibit is strong. But there's a difference between questioning something and dismissing it completely. She absolutely dismissed everything that the court that Ari was, fighting for. She dismissed all of it completely. You don't have to agree with the defense, but you don't have to act like it don't exist either. You don't have to agree with them, but you don't have to act like it don't exist. It's the confidence for me. Because you cannot say, I told y'all she not getting out when the appeal is literally still in process. So how do you know that she ain't getting out and the appeal is literally still in process? None of us know. She may not get out. I'm not saying she's going to get out right now. I think she's going to beat the case along the way, but I'm not saying she's getting out now, but I do believe she will beat this case. But you, my dear, You already say she gonna do the rest of her life in there. She ain't never gonna see the light of day. She ain't this and she ain't that, right? If the outcome was already decided, and this is for her puppets. If the outcome was already decided, there would be no appeal. Dummies. Y'all keep listening to this cocky behavior. She don't know no more than anybody else. It's all prediction. It's all narrative. Now, let me ask y'all something. Y'all can drop it in the comments. Do y'all think anybody can really predict this outcome? If y'all haven't listened to it, listen to her tone. It's like she's certain that these things are going to happen. Do y'all think that you can break down a case fairly if you already picked a side? Answer that. Drop them answers in the comment section for me. Can you break down a case fairly if you already picked a side? And the other one is, do y'all think anybody can really predict this outcome? Now, let me say this clearly. I'm not telling y'all what to believe about this case. I'm just telling y'all to pay attention how information is delivered, okay? Start paying attention how the information is delivered. Because sometimes the bias is not in the paperwork. You sure do. The bias is not in the paperwork. Yeah, what they? Oh, it's in the person that's reading it. Okay, so y'all get it now. So yeah, Jenny made a good point. She did say that. She said, talking about what was that mean? That RM said, screw the baby. Forget mean. That was cruel. That is your son's brother. Exactly. And she dismissed that. She didn't care about that. She didn't act. They over there, baby. I know Upper over there about to go somewhere and hide her tail. Okay, she gonna tuck and hide. Now, over there in Tion's live, I got something. Over there on Tion's live, the aunt is over there, Keys is over there, and somebody else is over there, and some other people. And she's saying, Keys said, yeah, I don't trust nobody anyway. All of this is fishy. It's too many motherfuckers working together. Fuck them all. So I guess they probably talking about because Maya and them be on our panels and probably, or whatever. I don't know. Then the aunt says that part, Keys. And then I guess they talking about Q too. They got Real T name up in here. So many Real T and Q figured it out. What? Hold on. They said something about Real T. Let me see. Q over there, Qing again. It's names in here popping up too. It's all weird to me. La Leslie, right. Real T spoke with her and she said she trolled for content. Stuff still weird. I'm starting not to trust anyone. That's what the aunt said. Then they talking about the fake Freddie and Black Paris. You over there, you in that, they talking about you too, Black Paris. Hey, y'all need to block. Then the auntie said, hey, y'all need to block some people, just messy. So she want them to block over there in Tion's live. They in flames, y'all. They don't trust Q. I don't think they trust Maya. Whoever be over there on Real T Live, I don't think they trust them. The fake Freddie, they don't trust Black Paris, baby. They don't trust nobody now that the real receipts came out. They don't trust nobody now that the real receipts came out. Like, lady, go grieve and leave me alone. Exactly. It was, but see, I ain't even get caught up in all this stuff. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. RM Aunt tried to get Tion to block me from the chat. Damn. So they reporting to her. Holly is getting out when social media mess they started dies down. She the main one who messy. I'm taking back my email. Whether they on your panel or not, they have no control over receipts, appellate, or anything else that's coming to the light. They would not be able to stop it. Do you feel me? They would not be able to stop it, y'all, at all. Okay? They don't trust anyone that acknowledges the that Romeca was violent. Nope, that's why Upper tiptoed. She didn't want to fuck up the church's money. She cocky, but she wasn't that cocky. She was cocky, but she ain't that cocky. She already know. I'm calling the state attorney and ask for my email to be recalled. Block that. 100% block that. Lord, I am weak. You could be Team Romeca and still acknowledge her violent tendencies. Exactly. But they've been over here lying and coming up with different narratives and all this stuff. So now, they don't trust nobody anymore. Too much receipts is coming out. They don't trust them. They mad as hell. They up early at the crack of dawn. They won't even let your girl do a live by herself. I got them up early. They got sleep in their eyes, boogers in their nose, ain't brushed their teeth, trying to compete with me, dropping these motherfucking receipts. Ain't that something? Because they failed to do it. Because they didn't want to do it. She was unhinged. Absolutely. No, you can't even acknowledge that she may have called Holly grandma. Girl, they Upper need to acknowledge why she ain't break down these receipts like Amore did. That's what she needs to acknowledge. She don't want to acknowledge that. They swore Holly was the stalker side chick. Sure did. Whole time it's the opposite. Whole time. They don't want these receipts out, baby. They don't want them out. They don't want them out. They don't want them out. They're going to try their best. We ain't looking at this. We ain't looking at this. Girl, bye. Bye, bye, bye. The fact that they lying about who she was when she was alive speaks volumes. You would think that she was this sweet, innocent person, didn't start no mess, wonderful mother, the way they be speaking of her. He was the first person to bring her behavior and her family's behavior to the forefront. Let's not forget that, to the forefront. I can predict. What can you predict? You like Upper now. What can you predict? What can you predict? You better come over here with some sense. If my uncle died because of an overdose, we're not going to say he was a drug. We're not going to say he was a drug user. Maybe he was trying to change, but that don't negate the fact that he was a drug user. Exactly. I want to know what this person can predict before I get off of here. Oh, Holly will walk. Yeah, Holly will walk. You better say it. So are you team Holly or were you on the fence? Were you team Romeca, team Holly, or were you on the fence? Then Q flipped the script on Holly. Now everything he was saying back then is proven now. Bad look. You better say it. If my brother get killed in a robbery gone wrong and he was a robber, I'm not lying to myself saying he was a victim and he wasn't. Exactly. You got to take that loss. You got to take the loss. You got to take the loss. You got to suck it up. I know they not grieving, still lying to themselves. That's unfortunate. Yep. Q only flipped for money, and that still backfired on him. He exposed a lie that no one is even paying attention to. Exactly. Q wanted to make, he wanted to get a lick. Q wanted a lick. Let me see. Did he ever get all his people back? Oh, he didn't got back up there, did he? He going back up there. Why exactly? That's the problem. Why he keeps coming over this side trying to be cordial. Nope, too late. We don't want him no more. Girl, you better say that. BP, the family know what's the truth. The cousin low-key said it on her unhinged run. She sure did. I would play that, but I want to get paid for this video. Ask the aunt. She knows Holly is innocent. But were you a Romeca supporter, or were you a Hunt supporter, or were you on the fence? Could you tell me that? Could you tell me that, please? And raw truth, you right. Upper clocked with Bree, and you so bipolar, girl. Go somewhere and go take your medicine. I don't even be thinking about your ass. 1 minute you're like Upper, the next minute you won't. You're like me, the next minute you won't. You just fucking dumb. You're like, girl, bye. Oh, you was 100% Holly. Okay. Also, yes, Upper went live. She knew what she was doing. But don't you know every dog has their day? So she can be, she lied to them any damn way. She lied. She can't come out and address what the fuck I said. I don't look at her as nope. She don't come and address nothing that was said. Y'all can't, you can only hide from the truth for so long. I put out receipts here. She went back to Brianna and LaTruth and Janelle, that weak ass shit that's 3 going on 4 years old, instead of coming out here and talking about these receipts. That's receipting. Girl, bye. You need to go take your bipolar ass on somewhere. Nobody give a fuck about you. Nobody know who the fuck you is. You's the old dumbass bitch. Upper did not address it. Upper did not. I'm telling. Okay, hold on. Let's go to this. Upper keeps saying she addressed it. She said when she brought up, when they said, when she was looking at it, first of all, she did not put it on the screen. So when she was looking at it, exactly, Lexus, when she was looking at it, she was like, what that mean? When she said about the baby, when Romeca said, fuck that baby, she's like, what that mean? That still ain't her. Like, she was just overlooking it. So let's see. She claims she did. Let's see. Because Chat GPT says she did. This a whole nigga song.
Background, y'all do know I got chillins up in here, okay, child? They up, spring break has started as of today. So if y'all hear some noise, just ignore it and pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? So as you guys know, Ari Williams did put in an appeal. The appeal is to appeal the.
Oh, you better say. She said, I noticed something every time receipts come out. The family starts with, we're so sad, we miss, etc. for sympathy and money. And for sympathy and money. I mean, for sympathy and empathy for real. Because that's why I said the honor be crying soon. Now they can't trust nobody. Now the receipts is gone. We're going to have to deal with this.
Decision for detention.
Can y'all hear?
These documents were submitted on the 19th of this month, where she is appealing the decision for detention. Not only are we going to go over, I do have the appeal documentation, but I think that you guys have heard it on other channels already. I might go over the appeal tomorrow, maybe. I don't know, but I'm assuming that pretty much all of you guys have gone and heard.
Now, come on, Upper. It was some receipts on appeal, and you saying you're assuming. Now, come on. If it was in Romeca's defense, you would have went through it.
Seeing the paper. On the exhibit. Starting from the top, it says, and it doesn't have her name here. It's whoever, and this is supposed to be Romeca, okay? I'm just saying allegedly. Okay, so she showed the receipt, but she said it don't have her name. It's supposed to be Romeca. So I'm gonna say allegedly. So she put it out there that the receipts may not be I'd be damn. It may not be Romeca. She trying to say it. Just claim own accountability and say that you taken up for a crash out. But up here, it doesn't have her name. It just says IDK. Which we know IDK is an acronym for I don't know. So whatever that means. So you can see the dates here. It says April 29th, 2024. Coming from him, it says, can I call you later? Can I call you later? Then it says May 3rd, 24, and it's just a number there. I don't know what that is.
Drop the case.
And it looks like it says May 7th is.
Girl, go on, get to the point. I want y'all to hear how she be so dismissive.
Kind of blurry. I believe this is supposed to be allegedly what Romeca said. I'm effing that truck up since you want to be a.
It's allegedly what Romeca was supposed to say. Do y'all see how she doing this? If the receipts been submitted to the court, they already been verified. She's a dummy, but I'm the dummy. She said I'm the dummy. Don't they get all that stuff from the phone company, y'all? Do they not get all this stuff from the phone company? And this is who y'all listening to.
BITCH. I'm tired of, and this is again, I want to remind you guys, this is a text that Carlos is showing Holly. You can see Holly up there in the corner in the FaceTime. This is not a text between Holly and Romeca. This is a text between Romeca and Carlos. So I don't know. I'm really lost as to why this would be submitted as an exhibit.
So now you're lost as to why did Lord Jesus, and y'all, I can't do this. This is, man, stupid.
To release Holly from detention. I'm confused by that. Like, why would this be a piece of evidence as to support her release? This is not a conversation between Holly and Romeca in this exhibit. This is a conversation between Romeca.
Say it, lovely Jim. Exactly. I'd be mad at all these people. I'd be mad and walk away from the whole thing. I'll come back on YouTube with another name or something. Yeah, why wouldn't Ari verify the information that's send it to the appellate court?
And Carlos. So I'm just completely lost behind that. So she then goes on to say, I'm tired of you playing with my feelings. Watch. She said, deleted the video. Now you you just tell the truth. I know you out with a BITCH, and since we dating, so be it. What's the problem with you being honest? I think she's saying since you and I are not together, we're dating other people. I think that's what
and now she knows what she said.
She then goes on to say how you move, give yourself every single time, 7 years, you don't think I know when you on some BS. And that looks like a laughing emoji. She goes on to say, MF, I know you better than you know yourself.
Thank you,
Just
Dimitri.
be honest this one time, like for real. I know already. SMA shaking my head. You so weird. This why I never trust you. It's
exactly.
Cool though, MF did that to you. I beg you.
She never trusts him, but she worrying him. She won't stop texting him. She don't want Holly to have his baby. Like, is any of this making sense? I thought the block list was there and the harassment with the friend on social media and all, and her own call log. Girl, now lower she's slow. This was shown because the court wanted to see how she got the restraining order. They don't know Holly still had to present stuff for the restraining order. But stupid can't play with smart. Stupid can't play with smart.
She can have you. You moved on. I need to do and then it stops there, and then we go on to the exhibit. Why you keep lying to me though? Now this is
that she sound like she clutching her pearls reading this.
This is now we're jumping from May to December because this says December 9th. And I'm assuming this is December of 2024, but that's just my assumption. Obviously, it has to be December 24. Okay, it couldn't be no earlier, I don't believe. And we know it's impossible for it to be 25, so I'm assuming it's 24. So I'm assuming again, IDK is Romeca. December 9th, Romeca says, why you keep lying to me though? Then we jump down to January 10th. I mean, another thing that I want to say is interesting about these messages before I continue to read.
Beating around the bush.
It appears that she's talking to herself. You don't see any responses from Carlos. Not that matters.
Well, I be damned. Jesus, take the fucking wheel. Did y'all just hear this fool? It appears she talking to herself because she won't leave the man alone. He just started ignoring her. Shit. Oh. Yes, it do, Malik. Yes. Lord Jesus. Lord. It don't stop there. She went on to say, you moved on and I need to be. It's like it's clutching her pearls to read this, and she's making up excuses as she goes.
Because Carlos is not the one that's in jail. Holly's in jail. So what his argument with Romeca has to do with Holly being incarcerated or being released on a less restrictive detention, I have absolutely no idea what this has to do with anything. But this is what your girl already submitted for her evidence, child. But anyway, so I don't see any.
Hey, Dave.
It's just she's just talking and talking and talking, and so I guess they want us to believe that or I guess Carlos wants it to be believed that he's not responding to anything. She's just having a conversation with herself, which I've never seen anyone do that before. I've never seen anyone just text and text and text.
So y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't never text nobody? People text you and you don't respond back and they just keep texting. I done it before. Men do not do a lot of texting or talking. They don't. First of all, and she was worrisome in a harasser, so he was ignoring her.
Text and never get a response. I mean,
I'm telling you, she sounds so fucking defeated. It ain't even funny. She trying to dance around it and make it right, y'all.
If you look here, this message, and I'm assuming
exactly
this is from Romeca, okay? Because it's not, her name is not even saying.
Oh, and here she go again. I'm assuming it's from Romeca.
It's supposed to be when you don't even see the number. There's no actual name. It just says IDK. So pay attention to this text message though. Go up. We go from April 29th to May 3rd. The only thing he said April 29th is, can I call you later? May 3rd, he sends a phone number. May 7th of 2024, she writes all of this. He doesn't respond not once, allegedly. Unless, of course, he deleted his responses, allegedly. And then you go down here and you have a message that says, why you lying to me, though? That was December 9th. Then we jump all the way to January 10th.
Exactly.
Which is which is a month and a day. So he didn't text the mother of his child not one time in a month. So we go to January.
I swear to God, me and my son's father go 2 months without talking to each other or texting or calling or anything. The fuck? Didn't Lil Los have a good relationship with her mother? I mean, with his mother, Carlos' mother and sisters? She could have been communicating that way.
And she says A.
She won't read it.
She doesn't respond. Nobody says anything.
She beating around the bush.
January 10th to April. They've had no communication.
Is this what she calls breaking down? This is manipulating and gaslighting. This is not breaking down anything. She didn't expose nothing. She manipulated her crowd. She gaslighted her crowd.
Allegedly, according to these messages, via text since January 10th. And then they jump back into text messages April 4th, I guess. So April 4th, she says allegedly, you and that baby. My baby don't have a brother. He's an only child. As you can see, there's our killer down here. She's in the corner.
Killer down here.
Obviously, he's FaceTiming Holly and showing Holly everything that he and Romeca are communicating about. And she's willingly taking it all in. Okay, so these two are partners in crime here. They know that, or not they, but Holly is aware.
Y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it.
That Romeca and Carlos are going back and forth and are into a dispute, and it seems like they're having pretty harsh exchanges with each other, because that's what happens sometimes in a baby daddy, baby mama situation. What that has to do with Holly and why he's showing Holly all of his communication between him and...
It has a lot to do with Holly. She said, fuck Holly's baby. The fuck? You are doing this to fit your narrative. Y'all, I swear to God, if it was me and I was Team Romeca and I would see this, I would probably be embarrassed to come back out. I would probably be embarrassed to come out. She's beating around the bush and she's doing it to fit her narrative so they can keep these people around here happy. I can't wait till this shit is over with. She full of shit. Exactly. I can't wait till this shit is over with and Holly come home to her family. Because it's going to be dropped. And then what is Lower going to stay over there in the food stamp sector? She going to ignore it. She ain't going to acknowledge it or nothing. I am so happy Amora went down these and broke it down the right motherfucking way. And y'all got every bit of it. Y'all know y'all do. Y'all know y'all girl ain't do it. Y'all know she did not do it. Allegedly. Now you want to use allegedly? Girl, She was off on September the 8th. Romeca didn't even have to ask Carlos to deal with their son that morning. Girl. Exactly. Upper is working alongside with La Leslie. She just like Keys. They're feeding their audience BS. They sure is. Her, Cold Piece. I don't even know if Cold Piece still doing it, but she was real bad. Upper, they all doing it. They working together. And La Leslie is the ringleader. And they up under La Leslie. Period. That's what they doing. And she was originally off from work on the day she died. She had no business bothering Carlos that day. She should have dropped her son off and went on about her business, but she didn't. She's going to have to do a lot of covering up when the trial happens, shaking my head. She sure is. She probably going to throw her hands up. She'll back out of something, though. She will do that. Probably going to throw her hands up like, damn. Damn. She did it all for views and stuff. That's what happened when you lack morals. That's why I never listened to her. The only video I saw of Laura, she was at the crime scene line with a gun on school property, but she also don't believe in self-defense, but she had a gun. I'm about to get off on this note. I can't make this. I can't make it up. I want to thank everybody for helping me reach my goal. Thank you, Malika. Let me go down the line. Thank you, Bree Bree. She out shopping. Thank you, Shamice. Thank you, Lacondas. Thank you, Lovely Jim. Thank you, Protect Your Peace. Thank you, Protect Your Peace. I didn't even see this one. The truth always prevail. Yes, they do. Thank you, Miss Gumbis. Thank you, Avina. Thank you, Candice. Thank you, Avina again. Thank you, Malika. And thank you, Penny J. Thank y'all so much. I just want to know how Romecians are going to feel about their favorite CC after this house of cards come crashing down. Exactly. Exactly. The aunt is the ringleader of the lies. You better say it, Black players. I'm glad you came to the other side. Okay, I'm laughing out loud. I'm getting transcripts when more information comes out in court. That's right, Black players. Leslie lives throwing rocks and hiding her lives to throw rocks, hiding her hands. She the worst of them all. She ain't stopped talking since this happened. Sad. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.